Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is the Transport Fever Square England Let's Play series, and we're just watching a brand new train. Heaving into view. Do they heave into view? It sounds a bit wrong, to be honest, but yeah, I suppose they do. And yeah, just remind you again, I'm not sure that one's terribly well placed, to be honest. That fabulous sign mod, which we've used in a few stations here and there, to make things look better, prettier, more kind of train stationy. Again, the link to that will be in the description below. So why am I watching this train in particular? It's on the Newbury to Exeter express route, which runs, strangely enough, from Newbury, I think one of our first town probably, out here to Exeter. And as you can see, it's been quite profitable recently. Mostly, I think, due to the fact that about 3 years ago, I changed up from a single experimental locomotive and train set running down there. I think it was just a single train as well, and put on two of these commuter models, going a little bit slower, I think, perhaps, but carrying 69 passengers, which is a nice round number. And since then, it's actually become full. Is it going to be showing up here anywhere in the list so that I can prove my point to you? No. It's down here. So Newbury to Exeter Express, 207 capacity, 207 passengers carried. So I thought it might as well be worth adding another train onto that set, onto that route. Unfortunately, in the 3 years since I first put this train model on the line, as you can see, the paintwork has changed. So it's gone from that rather dull grey green to this rather nice, is that a lime green colour, I suppose? But it's much brighter and nicer, isn't it? Anyway, that's not why we're here today, although that is obviously quite fun to see a train running around. I have got another plan in mind for today, which you might have guessed from the title of the video, if I do what I plan to do in that sense. We're first going to look at some tram lines. We'll have a look at this Whitchurch one, which again is running a nice profit. Not a vast amount, but green above red is always good to see. And it's running 3 old trams. And why I'm doing this in particular, should we call one of the trams up and just have a look over there at Whitchurch? Whitchurch is a very odd town, to say the least. Yeah, it's taking passengers from the dockside, or actually these very profitable river routes. Is it very... I mean, what? I mean, is that a gap or is that a gap? I mean, that is ridiculous. I could probably put even more of these ferries on there. In fact, I did just before I started recording, as you can see. But yeah, so it's taking passengers from the ferry routes, from the ports, into town via the airport station. So it is a connecting route, which is why I've called it that. No, these trams are quite old, so I thought it'd be nice to replace them. And what I've done, because trams are one of those sort of assets which you don't get a great many of in the modding, in the workshop from modders. You do get some very nice ones, to be honest, but they can be easily overlooked. And so I went looking recently for some new tram mods and found quite a few, and they're all I mean, they're bright and kind of sexy, but we want something which works nicely as a replacement for these. I don't think we need much more capacity on here, or do we? They are all running full, so we could perhaps do with a bigger capacity than 23. 24. Will that cut it? How fast do these go? 37. Ah, right. So 24 going at 50 would be an improvement. We could do that. I like green. Green's one of my favourite colours. That suits me actually down to the ground. The TW6000. What's that funky old one? Yeah, that's smaller. What else have we got? The Duwag R-Type. Duwag. I'm assuming it's German, or from a German-speaking country at least. Frankfurt, yeah, that makes sense. It is kind of German. Bigger capacity, but somewhat slower. The Vienna Ulf, probably ULF. How do you pronounce U, L or F in German, or indeed Austrian German? I don't know. 22, but again slower. Yeah, they look kind of sleek and sexy, but you know what? That one doesn't strike me as being fabulous enough. No, I think we're going to go with the green one. Slightly bigger, faster. Replace. So you're the replacement. Let's replace you now. Take that down to 75. That's my usual sort of lifetime of vehicles. Yes. I dare say tram 7. Yeah, I didn't get there in time for the replacement. We have got one replaced. So, oh, you're coming out. Oh, that's good. Again, this bus tram station is a mod. I'll put the links to all the mods I'm showing off in this episode, or as usual, in the description. That is a rather nice model. Though she did rather sit outside the window then, didn't she, that poor passenger? Very nice indeed. I'm always in awe of modders contributing to the workshop. Some of their modelling skills are quite remarkable. And the other line we're going to look at in terms of trams is the Coventry Air Express, which is nowhere near as profitable, but it is old still. And these trams aren't running full by any means. I'm not quite sure about the internal transportation within Coventry. It is a big city. In fact, shall we look it up? Coventry, there you are. 2,246. Let's have a quick look at our town sizes. Go from top down. Oh, it's our third largest city on this map. You may be interested to know, if you're not already watching it, my One Hub Let's Play Speed Build series, my other Transport Fever series, which I run more frequently than this one because it's slightly easier and quicker to produce than this one. My main town on that, the capital of that map, has over 4,000 population, so that's quite impressive. In slightly less, I think it's 1980 something on that map. Anyway, yeah, so Coventry is our third largest city. The internal transportation is a little bit hit and miss, but it seems to be working quite well. Certainly the train station and the airport, all those lines are nicely profitable. That's the airline rather. That's your bus. Rather, you're a tram. There's the train station. Don't particularly want to look at you, Mr. Walker. And you are. Yeah, it's an expensive line. I've got an expensive train on there. In fact, how old are those vehicles? 22. They could do a replacing, but we might not do that this episode. But even so, we're earning over 6 million a year, which is fine by me. Again, I think that line is pretty much running to capacity, so that could do with some looking at, surely. But I wanted to look at the trams anyway, as I said. So we're going to replace these perhaps with a slightly smaller model than that one. So we won't go for that. We'll go for something different. This one I was dismissing earlier, perhaps, running 20 passengers at 50. So how much did these cost per year? 57.9. It's slightly cheaper at the moment, so that's good. So that one might work. That's an interesting choice. It's a lot bigger in capacity, but slower, but a lot more expensive to run. This is interesting. No, that's the same thing. 2243. We could put one of these in, the Vienna ones. Slightly smaller capacity. It's a bit faster, so my running costs are reduced. Let's do that. Let's put one of these in. Vienna A stock. Ulf is how I'm going to pronounce that, for want of a. No, we don't want to just replace that one. We'll replace all of them. There we go. Job done. So are any of these approaching a stop? Oh, you are. Oh, again. Don't press pause, press delete. It's all the dialogue boxes. Again, you're a lovely looking model. But again, I don't think either of those trams were taking my colours, the line colours, which isn't a big issue for me, but I do sometimes like to have my various routes have their own colours, and all the vehicles on that route, again, match that colour. But anyway, that's what we're doing for today. Just a quick look before we get into the episode proper. Profit figures. Looking good. Last year we were slightly down on income, slightly down on total because I was spending a bit on new vehicles, new construction costs. Yeah, that was that was a rebuilding of the Grantham hub, wasn't it? The freight station over there. It needs a little bit more bedding in, but we will come back to that again. Once you get things running in this game, you always need to keep on coming back to them, because things change. It's a very dynamic world in that sense. Right, anyway, the plan for today. You see our little town of Kintbury here, which is served by an airline, the Kintbury to Whitchurch, which is, again, making a very nice, healthy 2.2 million in that year. Wow. Okay, so that's quite impressive, so we're happy with that. It has all the more trains. We're 1998 now. Also new Ulf. We may or may not come to use some of those. There's a lot this year. Yeah, I've been going around and hoovering up workshop assets. Let's pause the game for a moment while I concentrate on what we're doing for a few minutes. Yeah, so we've got an airport there. We have local buses inside, obviously, to feed the airport, and also a bus service down here to the dock, which takes passengers out there again to Whitchurch, no, to Thatcham. Whitchurch is the next town over. So how's that line doing? The Kintbury Hover Ferry. 3 hovercraft on there. Again, a very nice profit. I'm not at all concerned about that. So there is no rail link at the moment into Kintbury. So it's all buses, boats and planes. Well, there's a train actually. No, there is cargo coming in now. We did that a few episodes ago. So the plan for today then is to finally bring trains, passenger trains, into Kintbury. And the reason we didn't do that to start with was this thundering great mountain range in between Kintbury and the rest of the world. So we've got bus routes going down there, and I suppose AI traffic. Oh, there are 1 or 2. Who are you? You sound tired, Max. Going from Kintbury, he's going shopping in Thatcham by car. Why? It's a perfectly good bus and boat route. Are you particularly cheap? Am I going to be able to find you again? Is that you, Max? And you prefer fast? The boats, yeah, the buses I suppose aren't fast, but the plane is. But then the plane, you'd have to catch the train from, yeah, maybe the combination of routes don't quite work for you, Mr. Williams. So we're going to see them if we can bring Kintbury into the passenger network. One way, of course, is to go bulldozing all the way through the mountains there and come out the other side. We could take the long route, kind of following the line of our existing cargo line here. That's one way of doing it, actually. But, yeah. Or we could, there's a bit of a dip in here. We could take perhaps a scenic route around the mountain. The question there, of course, is we will definitely be going up here. Can we get down in time to deliver the passengers to a station in Kintbury? And so where would we deliver our passengers in Kintbury? We could actually. If descent is an issue, we could deliver them all the way around here. That'd be good, I suppose. But then the train station would then be very close to the airport, so I'm not sure about that. And I do like, to be honest, as you may have noticed previously, to place passenger stations, that is, near a place of work or retail. So what would be nice is if we could have the passenger station just lining up along there, I think. Okay. Right, now the other problem we've got is Plymouth. Quite an early station in the history of the map. And yeah, it's stuck there in the middle of town. Right, so this, I think we're going to do that. We're going to go round that way, I think. Let's see how we can do this. Right. We're going to need to delete. Yep, bulldozer. Let's get cracking. Let's just do it. So we're gonna, we need to take that street out entirely. We're going to. Can we go over any of this? This all looks a bit iffy, doesn't it? And do I want to? The station's already electrified. That's cool. We're going through the mountains, so we probably won't want super speed, which is, I think, 300, isn't it? The speed of those lines. Yeah, whatever. As opposed to, no, don't do that. Do that. 186. Yeah, I think 186 is plenty fast enough for that. Do we want to upgrade the station while we're at it? Let's see. Okay. How fast are we going? Oh, really? Really? That's going up? I'm not sure I believe that. I am not sure I believe that at all. Do we have any routes that we need to... Okay, so we've got a bus route going down there. It could go down there, so if we want to, it could go down this way here. So we can divert it if we need to take that road out. Let's see if we can get up. Yeah, the alternative is going underground, but I think that'd be foolish, seeing as the thing we're going to be doing the moment we get outside the... as soon as we get past the last town in the city, sorry, the last house in the city, we're going to be going upwards to get into the mountains. So no, don't go flat, go up. No, okay. And I dare say, yeah, that's rerouted automatically, that's fine. Should we smooth this out a bit? Will that help at all? Probably not, but you never know. You never know. Okay. Can we get... Am I going to have to demolish that building as well? Don't go down, go up. Wow. That's up. Okay. Right. I'm not impressed by that. So does that mean... can we go... We're not going to be able to bridge that road. There's a bus route going down there, isn't there? So we want to keep that. We don't want a level crossing on there. Okay. Do I have to delete that house? I'm sorry, matey. Yes, we do. I could have avoided that by putting a little side road in there, to be honest, but I couldn't really be bothered. Okay. I'm not quite sure why we're going underground. Do we really want to demolish? If we come out that far, still going maximum uppage, that is quite ridiculous. Okay, let's get you out there. And it looks like we're going to be bridging over here. Right, let's kind of set. So if we go round here, there's plenty of ups and downs, so we might get lots of tunnels and bridges going around there. So I think if we go around here, so we're heading kind of the right direction, I think, at the moment. A bit like that. Yeah, I think a bit like that. But I don't really want a wooden bridge. Do I need to go up that much? That looks nicer. Okay. I am rather taken with this elevated station viaduct bridge, which I think came with the elevated station mod. It is very modern and sexy and sleek, isn't it? For those of you who find bridges to be attractive in that sense, I mean, I'm not going to be judging. I'm I'm in no position to judge, so I won't. Right, okay. I'm still going up here, though not quite as steeply. And then we're going to come out and there. Do we want to? So we're going to be coming in, so we don't want to be too close to that mountain range there, I think. We'll keep, yeah, to this side of the forest, just on the edge of the forest there. We should be fine. Okay, and we do also have a nice, sleek, sexy tunnel entrance that, as I discovered, was it in this Let's Play or the One Hub one? I can't honestly recall. Where I tried to put, I think it was the One Hub one, wasn't it? Where I tried to put 4 tracks through that tunnel. It doesn't support 4 tracks. It only goes up to a maximum of 2. But that's okay, because in this situation I do not imagine us having 4 tracks going around this mountain. Okay. We don't really... If we tell the game to keep things level. It's a very tall bridge, isn't it? That is a very... We're going maximum down again. Well, that's better there. We could try a kind of a much more circular, almost looping back on itself kind of approach to doing this, which will keep the inclines down. And I've not tried that before. Do you think it might be worth trying? I'm not sure. I am not convinced of that. Or do we want to go round there? Now the thing is, I have got $2.3 billion in the bank, so I can't waste money on this if need be. Again, we're not going to use a wooden bridge. We'll use a nice, sleek, modern, fast one. Be nice if we can keep to 120 or more, wouldn't it? I've only just noticed that. I don't tend to pay too much attention to speed. That's probably a lie, but again, do we want a bridge that tall? It's not that tall for long, though, actually, is it? And then it gets tall again. If we come up there... Now, I had planned to come down here, hadn't I? How does that... Oh, actually... Apart from that very tall section there, which you do get, I mean, I think there's a particular bridge in Germany, possibly Austria, which I've been across through one of the forests, and I'm not going to remember the name of the forest, which I remember is a road bridge, or the bit I drove across was certainly a road bridge, which was very tall. So those short lengths, that's very tall there. I think we can accept those, can't we? Yes, he said. Okay. And it's all downhill here. So does that mean we're going to need a fairly powerful train? Plenty of power and traction to get back up that, going in the other direction. Okay, we appear to be on track then to get a station in here. Yes, I think we are. Shall I put the station in now? Let's do that. Just make sure that works. So we will need to get under that bridge, I think, if we're doing that. Can we do that without... Yeah, that's easy enough. The pillars... I want to be closer to that pillar. Yeah, we don't have a problem. Oh no, the catenaries are just about underneath that bridge. Certainly at that point, so that looks fine. That looks good. Okay, so the train station will come in. I think we can leave that road in there as well, can't we? Right, what train station shall we deploy here? Have I got any new ones? Oh, I got this British brick one. I could use a terminal station because it's not going anywhere else from here, is it? Although, oh dear, I've just noticed this. If I put the train station around here, we could have a train line going off there into Thatcham to compete with the boats. There's a thought. Or in fact go the other way around to Plymouth. Ooh, or that might open a riverside express route from Kintbury to Exeter. Ooh, you know what? I quite like that. I do quite like that idea. Right, in which case, if we're putting a terminal in, we could use this. That doesn't look terribly impressive, does it, with just the one platform? 2 platforms? Yeah, it doesn't look quite so funky. It looks better. Yeah, well, that's an impressive station, isn't it? Yeah. But I think with 2 platforms, it's not a bad looking station, but it doesn't fill me with the joys of architecture. Well, I put the Ultimate Station mod on here as well recently, and I haven't quite worked out how best to use it. So, oh, it does terminals though as well. Oh, I say, that's funky, isn't it? Very modern. Very modern indeed. So we don't have tram. Oh goodness, there's too many choices now. No. Ooh, this is the proper modern station, which is properly impressive and properly modern. Yes. I'm not sure it really befits an out-of-the-way place like Kintbury here. What's that one? Again, that's a pass-through. So that's a very nice mod. That is a nice looking station again. And that one, we've used that. I think that was Felixstowe we used that one. This, I think, has come from one of the very prolific Russian modders. There's a team of them, isn't there? Of Russian modders. I think that one comes from there. And this one... Yeah, that's a very nice looking stuff. Ooh, timetable boards and everything. I will make a choice shortly as to which... that's a very modern, sleek, minimalist kind of station you might have in the centre of town, perhaps. I remember the good old days. We used to have a station in my... We were a little village at the time. Our local train station had a bridge over the tracks. Yeah, they took the bridge down because it was costly to keep it maintained. We don't really want elevated, though that is too modern and sexy for Kintbury. It was too difficult, too costly to maintain, so they took the bridge down. So you had to cross, if you're a passenger, at the level crossing. And then, of course, the region grew, expanded. And they needed to put the bridge back eventually, because there's just so much traffic going through the station. We'll have modern track in there. It is electrified, just the 2 platforms. Should we put 3 in just for the sake of argument? I think. Yeah, why not? Platform length. My passengers tend to be at 160. Shall I make that 120? Well, sorry, 240, which is twice. I was almost right. Twice. Twice 120 is 240. We don't need curvature on this, I think. Okay. Spin you into a position like that. A bit like that, I think. That should be good. Actually, do we want the second street connection? Let's say yes. In which case I probably want to move you out a little bit like that, don't I? So I can connect the streets up. Don't point at the map because people can't see your finger. We move that out that way a bit. Okay. Excellent. Right, let's see then about getting this track down. Which track are we on? Right, we're on the upper track. Okay, and we're bringing him to ground. Okay, let's get rid of that road. We don't want any unwanted bumps in our train track, which it might insist on putting in, going over the road. Right, we do need to come down here quite close there, I think. Actually, what if we put in our train tracks here? To start with. Does that? No. I think I want it to go a bit more like that. So it can curve round there. Does that look okay? Well, we'll probably change it when we get there, but yeah, I'm perfectly free of the pillars. Okay. Right, so that's where we're going to end up. Let's bring you down. Come on down, as somebody used to say. In the UK, that was, and I've forgotten his name, Leslie Crowther, I think it was, who hosted, I hope I'm right, hosted the UK version of The Price is Right, wasn't it? Which, for which that was the catchphrase. I don't recall ever watching the American version outside of a few clips shows or on the YouTube, so I've no idea who presented it over there on that side of the big pond. And to be honest, I'm not really going to worry about not knowing that. It's not... I think the word is culturally significant to me. Do you know what I've just realised? We've only got that one tunnel on here. I was kind of thinking we might, as we were going up and down here, if we'd kept closer to the hill, we would have had more tunnels and bridges. But I'm okay with that. Tunnels are fine, I suppose. But they're, if you're riding along the train, they're not terribly exciting things to go through. And in fact, as your game slows down, as the frame rate slows down because it's so busy, going through tunnels can be a bit of a not terribly pleasant experience on the eyes. You get that sort of stuttering effect, particularly in tunnels, I think, don't you? Okay, no, you are not... What are you doing? No. There. Stay sleek and sexy and modern. No wooden bridges. Here, thank you very much. Is that it? Is that the route? That is the track laid. It is, in its entirety. That's not too bad a route. It could be slightly more straight across there, perhaps. But I think if we did, yeah, if we went straight across, we would have had more contour problems, descent problems going down that section, wouldn't we, closer to the coal mine. I think, oh, we haven't finished it, we haven't plugged it into the station at the other end. Dope! Right, let's bring you around. If we start from the other end, perhaps. Now we'll use this platform here. Do we want to... Oh, that's the main road out to the docks. Do you know what? I might have a little bit of a tunnel going under there, I think. I think that would work. Okay, how deep do we need to go? It's page up and down, isn't it? Not N and M. Nope. Down one more. Ooh, very, very, very nearly a tunnel. Down one more. That looks very tunnel-y to me. We want to start it somewhere slightly different now. About there. Okay, let's try that. Can you come? No. You can't come up there. Actually, we want, yes, to make sure we can get our diamond crossing in there, our switch in there without any terrain collision alignment type problems. Well, it's quite a long tunnel. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. No, that's fine, I think. Because it allows the town to develop, doesn't it, around the station, which is all good. Now, the thing is, can you... Ugh. No, that is just plain ugly. Okay. I'll get rid of you. And you. That's nicer. But why does it... Ah, okay, it does do it. That is a very long tunnel. Can we bring it out earlier than that? I think... Please, pretty please. Come on. There you go. That looks like it. It's slow in the tunnel, but that's fine. You are approaching or departing a station, so slowing down for that is not going to be a big concern. That's not too kinky, is it? No, I think that's fine. Okay. Do you know when I said I wasn't expecting more than 2 tracks coming here to Kintbury? I've got 3 here, haven't I? But I'm sure the third one will go an entirely different route and won't need to go through that tunnel. What only covers 2 tracks. Okay, sexy. Right. Let's get our crossing. Crossing in there. Keep it as fast as we can. That should be fine. Now this track should all be at the same slope, so you shouldn't need to say that because I created it all as one long stretch. That's good. Okay, excellent. And some signals. Let's slip you in there and in there. Yeah, they are the right way around. Yeah, I'm always a bit nervous of these signals because they are, as you probably know if you're watching the series, they are a modded signal, so they operate on the other side of the track compared to the game standard, which suits, which is driving on the right, which most of the world and particularly America and indeed Germany does. I believe the Urban Games are a German company, aren't they? I believe they are. They certainly write in German. Okay, do we need anything else on here? Oh, let's connect our roads up, shall we? Can we do that? And town roads will have just a standard medium street. Yeah, you're not going to do that, are you? No. The suspicion you weren't going to comply. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. And the trouble is that is going to be quite a nasty slope. But then again, once you're up here, it should be alright. Okay, now which of the street types am I using here? That one. Okay, I like to keep them consistent. Actually, can I upgrade the rest of this? Not without deleting lots of buildings, which I don't need to do. But I will delete you. Not that I needed to particularly, I think. But actually, if I do that, do you need too much slope? Yeah, what do you mean too much slope? Absolutely not. Oh, there's the autosave. Thank you. Good job. Oh, excellent job done. Will that work? Okay. Seems happier with that. So if I connect you to that, it'd be nice if it was a... That's quite a sharp bend, but people drive around. No, it's an ugly sharp bend. I'm sorry. No. We'll not be having that. If we put you up there. Nope. And draw you there. And delete the extraneous piece there. It probably is much the same, isn't it? But it might look a little bit neater. Okay, right now, does that mean then I can actually upgrade this stretch of... I can upgrade that stretch of road. Cool. Okay, so can we now then get our ordinary medium street? We don't need a bus lane on this. Up here, we can. Without making any unsightly bumps in the road. Ooh. Just huge slices out of the landscape. Can we pretty you up a little bit? Ooh, we can. That's a little bit prettier. Don't really need that. That's one advantage of some of the other mods, like the flexible mod, for example, the flexible station mod, that you can say which sides streets you want, A or B as it were, but unfortunately the flexible station mod does not support terminal stations. Slightly annoying, but yeah, if I can't be bothered to create the mod I want, I really shouldn't go blaming modders who have gone to all the effort to create something which is in fact rather spectacular and incredibly useful. That's also a little bit unsightly, I think. Let's tidy that up a little bit while I'm in the tidy up kind of mood. I'm still not convinced. But I may do some more smoothing once I ride along this route and see how gashy it is and how unpleasant it is on the landscape. Right, I think we are there. That's cool. Right, okay, so the other thing we want here, of course, is to make sure that people can get to this station. What bus routes do we have in town at this time? Yeah, you're not covered. Nope, that bus station does not cover this. I'm thinking... No, I'm sorry, I really still do not like this bit of road. No, I do not. Can we just stretch? No, not you. That's it. If I do that and that, is that any less unsightly? It's still not, isn't it? No. What we're going to have to do, I think, I'm usually not this fussy about landscape and aesthetics, but yeah, that can we take you from... No, it does like to create some very unsightly bends at times, doesn't it? That's better. Smoother. Yeah, that is altogether more elegant. I'm happier with that. Okie dokie. Right, so we need a bus station. Okay. We could put it here. Or we could put it there. Now the problem with putting it, it would have to be here, wouldn't it? Is that's on a nasty slope, so I think that would look ugly. So the best place for it, I think, will be along here. Do we have any funky new bus stops we can deploy? Toll gates? No, it's not really that. The modern, no, we saw this in Exeter, I think, wasn't it? This is rather a spectacular bus station mod. Is it £2 though for this little out of the way place called Kintbury? It could be, but then again, actually what I'll do before we do that is just make sure that road is upgraded as well, just to make sure we can get it properly laid out. That's that one. We've used those elsewhere, I think. An old castle, not quite in keeping, and I think there's only one platform on that as well, so it's not terribly handy. Oh, we've got those. Ooh, I would like to find a place where this would work, but I'm not sure I've got any really sort of big major bus hubs or tram hubs in the map at the moment, so I'm not sure that really would work anywhere. And it's certainly not appropriate for oh, that's a new one. Oh, yeah. I think I'm using this one in my One Hub Let's Play Speed Build series. No, that one doesn't work here. I'm going to go with the other modern one, I think. And this is kind of the end of the line. It's the kind of place people might come to as a holiday vacation. You know, because you're kind of close to the mountains, a bit like Plymouth is really, I suppose. Yeah, it's not huge either, is it? So I think that works quite nicely. We'll stick that in there. I don't want it to be too twisty or anything like that. Does that work? I think that does. And we will, what should we call this? It needs a sexy name. Kintbury, and I'm going to run out. Kintbury Resort, because there is no resort there, and there probably will. I'll probably never build one, but it might give people the idea that there is some sort of attractions right there. Okay, so we need bus routes to get there. So we have got some other new bus stops we can use. These look quite good. They do look very good, don't they? I think it's a bit big for that though. Is there a smaller version of it? I think that there is. Yeah, I think that would work there. You cover that whole area, so that's fine. So we will use you, I think, along here. It's a bit of a walk, isn't it? But yeah, whatever. No mind. We'll stick you there. And we will stick you here. Where do my other lines go? Okay, so the lilac-y colour is the dock connection to the port, and the blue is the other general purpose inner city link. So what we could do, if we're going to come down round here, that's the, yes, the green is the cargo routes, the freight routes, the trucks. We'd like to avoid colliding with any or getting stuck behind any other traffic here. I'm not sure you can do that easily from around there. But if we're coming around here, we went up here perhaps. What I might do, I won't do it in this episode, what I might do actually is move the blue route, the main in-city route, move that stop and make that part of the railway route, the railway bus route, and move the blue route out to the other sides of the town. Maybe. But for the time being, what we'll do is we will put you up here. And we'll probably let you come down that way. And then you can come in here. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that, I think. And this will be the Kintbury rail connection. How many spelling mistakes have I got in there? Oh, not too many actually. That's not bad. Kintbury. Okay, and you'll come from. We'll choose a colour we can see. This dark red. I think from there to there, out to there, which is good, and then we will go up there. Good, and it's coming through there. Now it's not, shouldn't have an issue with the lorries, the trucks, because they're going in the other direction, and then it will go there, where passengers can be exchanged with the other services. And there, okay, that's good. And it goes back here, and then should we go back the other way? Let's do that. Let's do that. So we'll go there. And then back there. Then we can go up there, in fact. Then come back down there. Yeah, this is okay. We're still not competing with any other of my traffic, any of my other routes. So then there, to there, and then back again there. Okay, result. Okay, now what sort of, where's my, yeah, truck depot. Sorry, road vehicle depot. So what buses do we want on here? We don't, I think, need anything too big. What modern stuff have we got? Oh, the Volvo, oh, they've arrived. The Volvo 5000s. Right, now I am served by First Bus locally. And they're a pain in the posterior, to say the least. Arriva, I think, is run by a very unpleasant man, so I'm not going to support seeing them on the map. I could use. Ooh, that's expensive. 85k a year. They carry quite a few and they go quite fast. Do we need that amount of speed though in town? Probably not. This is 15, that's not a bad number. Not a bad number at all. Which ones are we running on the other one? We're running the AAGS, the red one, as it were, on the Kintbury Circle. Yeah, why not run that one? Yeah, we'll take that, and we'll buy 3 of you. Which might be overkill at the moment, but then again it might not. Okay. So we've got you running. Okay, let's actually get the game running again. We need a route now from Plymouth rail route. I could have put that in at the same time, couldn't I? Again, should we make it a dark red colour? I don't think that's a different red, isn't it, for the Newbury to Plymouth Express route? Well, all stations route, although it is quite fast. Plymouth to Kintbury. That's excellent, and we will call you just Plymouth to Kintbury, and no spelling mistakes. Oh, I'm getting quite good at that. Right. Oh, we need a a switch here this side, don't we? Just to make sure that the trains can use both tracks. Will you work? Oh, you're on a corner as well. Yes. It's astonishing sometimes when it works and when it doesn't. You can never quite tell. Right. Oh yeah, they are on different platforms. Good. Well, they should anyway. The game is quite good at identifying the fact that you've got trains coming in from different directions, so they should be on different tracks. You need to be there. That's good. And we'll stick our other signals just here as we get to the bridge. Cool. And well, we'll see. We'll see if we need any more signals. We'll stick them there on the other side of the tunnel. That's it. We'll stick them here, shall we? There's no good reason, I suppose, for not putting them on bridges, but I just didn't want to. It's simple. I don't know. How often do trains actually stop on bridges? No, that looks okay. I thought it looked a little bit sort of bumpy there. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's keep that line in view. It was a train track I wanted to get rid of. Okay, now how are we going to get a service up there? I think... Yes, we have got a train depot here in... Let's just hold this for a second. Okay. I will keep those there for the moment, and I will probably deal with those off camera, because we are running now to nearly an hour in length, which is quite long enough for one of these videos, I think. Okay, so what trains do we want to run? It's an electric route. Come on, depot, you're going to open for me? Oh, there you are. Good. Right. Multiple units. What have we got here? 130. Not sure. 200. No, that's too many. 140. We might manage a couple of trains at 140. 130 miles an hour. That's not bad, actually. Oh, it's the Shinkansen, or however you pronounce it. That's the that's the Japanese bullet train, is it not? Okay. Oh, that's the earlier model. 140. It's just a different design of the carriages. It looks like the other characteristics are the same, capacity, speed, and stuff. That's fine. The TGV. Could do 186. It's unlikely to get 186, I think, really, isn't it? What are you? I think you're a Japanese train. 180, 68 now. I want them faster than that. Soviet. Am I running any Soviet trains? I'm not sure I am. Nor Russian, for that matter. 108, 124. That's interesting. 8 wagons. That sounds rather long. These go 93. Can we go over 100? You're expensive to run. Yeah, 186, over 6 million a year. You look a bit dull. Sorry to say. 81 miles an hour. Are you another Russian model? I'd like to go faster than 81, I think. I will. I'm going to use not that one. We'll use this one. 108 passengers. I think it's going to take a while, I think, for it to pick up to 108 per train. We'll put 2 of them on the line, shall we? Just to show willing, and see how much money we can lose in the meantime. I'll put you all on the Plymouth to Kintbury route. There we go. And ooh. Ooh, the old-fashioned mechanical signals. We probably ought to be upgrading those, I think, to electric lights. Well, some lovely old trams competing. Yeah, the stations are a little bit on the small side, really, for trams. You are edging your way. 13 miles an hour? You can go faster than that, surely. You've got a good power rating. Definitely plenty of power. I didn't check the traction. There you are. Oh, you've got some distance to go yet before you... Oh, you hear that? The powering up. It's the same old routes, the same old vehicles on. 54. Oh, there's a lot of traffic there. Where's that? Oh, Plymouth to Churchill. Could do with the megabus route on that, perhaps. See if we can alleviate some of that. That's quite a nice length of train as well. Cool. Where's the other one? Where is the other one? Where's the other one? I want to stop one. Where the heck is it? I've lost the train station. Oh my goodness. It's round here. There it is. There's your train. Okay, so if we just hold you for a second, we'll wait for this one to get at least to Plymouth before we release the other one. Yeah, that's our main route, our first big express route, Newbury to Coventry to Plymouth. Again, making a fair amount of money. How well is that route doing, actually? 6-7 million. That's quite nicely profitable. Again, I think that one is running to capacity, so that will need to be addressed. Okay. Here we are, arriving in Plymouth. I think I'll let you go now. So what we'll do, I think, to wrap up this episode, if you want to stay around, we'll ride along this train, as there's not too many tunnels on it, so it should be quite a pleasant and scenic route across that little mountain range. So yes, I will say kind of farewell, I suppose, at this point, because I'm not going to do much else on the map. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, why don't you just click... Oh, I need to smooth that out, I'm sure, at some point. Why not give us a little click on that thumbs up button? That'd be very much appreciated. A little bit of a like. But even better, to be honest, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms of what I'm doing with this map or the game, just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be it'd be great. It'd be lovely to hear from you. And of course, if you've not done so already, why not subscribe to the channel? And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. So while the train is struggling to get over 60... Come on, you must hit 70 miles an hour, please. 70, right, so we're going out of Plymouth now. We're getting into the scenery, to the mountain range. And I will leave you to enjoy the rest of this ride along. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever, thank you very much again for joining me today. And I will see you again soon. But until then, bye-bye for now.